Living through the senses is ultimately what the Sun and Taurus placement in the birth chart is all about. Living through taste, touch, see, smelling, and hearing. Really, really living through those five senses. And so that is about Taurus. It's very, very stable, it's very grounded, and we're going to get into the astrology of what it means if you have your Sun and Taurus in the natal birth chart. I'm Ever Carney, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about astrology, spirituality, and other topics. Let's dive in. So the very first thing to know about Taurus individuals is that they are very solid people. They're very, very solid. They stick to a structure, they stick to a plan. They want solidity. They also crave stability. They want things to be stable, and things to be secure. So they're all about security, materials, security, financial security, especially. That is a huge value to them. They are meant to explore the physical world, exploring all of what you can engage your senses in on. They're receptive to the world around them. What you see is what you get with the Taurus Sun personality. They're all about the highest expression of Taurus energy is enjoying all the pleasures of life without being attached to those pleasures. Like the beautiful sunshine coming through the window, the water rushing down the stream, the water in the shower, the food that's being prepared by somebody else and given to the Taurus individual. Whatever it is, all suffering comes from attachment. And that is something that every Taurus can learn. So once they learn to not attach themselves to a certain outcome or a certain thing that they have to own, they will evolve to the highest level. All signs evolve through their opposite sign, just Taurus evolves through Scorpio. So, those who have not integrated their Taurus energy, the sun sign is what you're sort of rising into, what you're moving into, what you're becoming in this life. And a mature an immature Sun and Taurus person may have issues with control, meaning they feel like they always have to be in the driver's seat all the time. They're very, very possessive individuals. They may go to the shadow sides of Scorpio. Sometimes you can express the shadow sides of the opposite sign depending upon what sign your sun is in. There was a video by an astrologer, Latitude Shava. She was talking about how you can express the shadow sides of the opposite sign of what your sun is in. So I found that video very interesting to watch. It's important not to become overly attached. Taurus individuals have a high sense of aesthetic as well, aesthetic. And so they want to make sure also that their loved ones have everything that they need, everything that they could possibly need for their well-being. Taurus is the provider, wants to provide, wants to put food on the table, wants to bring home the bacon, bring home the bread and biscuits. Um, and that's a very Taurus South Node quality is the role of the provider. So they know how to work their magic in the material world when it comes to earning money, making money, um, and doing a whole bunch of other things as well. They're very, very dependable, at least most of the time. That is a good quality, is they're dependable. Once they've set their sights on someone that they want to take care of, they will go to the ends of the earth, take care of them. They're very, very loyal. They're very sensual with pleasure in all areas. Simple and sensual pleasures is what they truly enjoy. Food, music, um, cooking, nature, all those things are very Taurus related. And so they are very, very patient and devoted. individuals. They're very, very patient. They're very, very devoted to the people that they love. And that patience that they have for knowing that things are not going to be built in a day, that they can be very, very patient. To It's sort of like the tortoise and the hare. Taurus is the tortoise, and it's the similarities of the word. As they know that things are not going to take overnight, they're very, very patient. They work steadily towards their goals, and they're patient for the result. And they're devoted to whatever they commit to. Stability, practicality, and solidity is what they really correspond to. They're very, very dependable, they're loyal, and they have a realistic outlook on life. They value peace above all else. Material peace is really, really essential for Taurus because Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet of peace and love. And so they enjoy a leisurely pace to make something possible, resources at hand. They use what is available to them to create something practical. They're good at making things artistic and beautiful. Um, and so they hold light to the familiar at all costs. They hold tight to the familiar. They don't want to give that up. It's like a dog with the bone. They don't want to give up what they enjoy in a certain situation, like laying down in a bed or sitting in a chair and listening to music. They're going to be stubborn. They're going to be resistant to change. They're going to want the familiar at all costs. And that can be good, but then that can be not so good because they're not the most adaptable of zodiac signs. Facing the new and unknown is not their style. Taurians are creative individuals that like beauty in all forms. Rigidity needs to be released. They have to release this rigid mindset, this rigid persona of life in general. All Taurians can learn that all suffering comes from attachment. That's what I discussed earlier. They need to stop waiting things to improve when there is a problem. That's something very, very important as well. There's a calmness to Taurian individuals. They're very, very calm. There's a strong need to accumulate money and possessions. Taurus individuals are learning to be stable within themselves and able to maintain a stable sense of self. It's a journey toward being grounded with Taurus individuals. They're working on becoming more grounded. They also have a strong sense of self-worth. Physical objects and self-worth can be very, very important to them. The actual thing of being worthy to enjoy the pleasures of life, worthy to have what you have in your life. Koreans are here to learn, to experience function and form. They don't want to get involved in drama. They know how to mind their own business. They choose to not engage. And so they're resistant towards any drama, any scorpionic areas of life. Friends of the Taurus and individual come to them when they need practical advice, and the Taurus provides that advice. They're good at delighting in pleasures that please the senses, such as food and music. They're steady and hard workers. They value stability in relationships. They're very, very faithful in relationships. They're very loyal and they have a strong sense of integrity. Security is hugely important to these natives, as I discussed before. Some Taurians seek wealth, while others more so value the pleasure of being in a body. So some are more money hungry, some are more after the material possessions of life, some are more by the senses. I know which ones that I prefer, the working Taurus or the sensual Taurus. I definitely prefer the nostalgia of the sensual Taurus. Um, and so comfort matters immensely to Taurus natives. They're all about their creature comforts. They're comfort loving. They know how to separate work and leisure very, very well. They know they work hard and then they relax. Once they put up their feet, it's hard to get them to move to a different position. They can be incredibly stubborn when it comes to their ideas and things that they know that they love and that they know to be true. It may be hard to give certain ideas or certain possessions up for them. They're rooted and grounded, but at worst they can be possessive and they like to own things. They're very, very well oriented about owning things. And then the people that they love, that they truly care about, can become their own, can become expressions of their own self, a part of their own self. So they really place a whole lot of value on the people that they care about in their life. So this is all about satisfying the world through your senses. Taurians know how to treat themselves. They know how to they're very, very essential, highly essential individuals, and they know how to do the essential things. They are stubborn and relentless to get what they want. Once they set their sights on something, they're going to work very, very steadily, but they're going to stay the course of a certain path. They're not going to give up on that path until they reach their goal because they're a fixed earth sign. So, the oracle cards I chose, which give is going to give some insight into what the Taurus needs to know spiritually for their highest good. For this, for the oracle card deck, I'm using the Sacred Traveler Oracle by Denise Lynn. So the cards that I pulled were first of all, Ascending the Mountain. Keep going forward. And Desert Passage, there's trust, there's a divine plan. So Taurians need to understand that you will get your goal, that things are not going to happen overnight. That when you put in the consistent effort of slowly and steadily taking one step after another, putting one foot in front of the other, and achieving their goals in a very, very steady way, that's going to pay off. They have to be willing to put in the work towards being towards their goals instead of expecting life to hand it to them because at worst, Taurians can be lazy individuals and they can be slobs, indulgent, um, overly indulgent, overdoing the pleasures of life. At worst, especially if you have a lot of Sagittarius energy in your chart, then that can really amplify the indulgence even more so. But working towards your goals. This is about being diligent and pushing forward and not giving up with your goals to really stay the course of whatever that they're doing. And then you may take one step back and one step forward, but even if you do this, you're still reaching your goal. May not be a smooth sailing process. It may not be a super quick, flashy, easy process, but you're inching forward closer to your goal. So it's important to also get past your limitations as well. So getting past these things is very, very important. Getting past your limitations of what limiting beliefs of the limits that you've set on yourself for things need to be in a certain way, have to be in a certain environment with certain clothes and etc. etc. You have to release your limitations and be open to change and flexibility. And so life is transforming for your highest good. That's what you need to know. It's always for your highest good. So when change comes knocking, be open to it. Be open to what the universe has to provide. That is way easier said than done for us. But the more you can embrace change, balancing that with familiarity, the better. Um, and so when you are alone, when you're in isolation, You can have profound insights and intuitions, intuitive hits come to you, guidance come to you when you spend time in solitude. So that is all you need to know about the Taurus Sun in astrology and the oracle card readings that go along with it. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.